Hey, you guys. Okay, so we have some pretty major drama that we need to talk about. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're watching this anywhere other than TikTok, on Instagram or YouTube, there's gonna have to be more than one part since I can only do like 60 seconds or whatever on a reel. So make sure that you look for other parts if you want the full story. I'm going to tell you absolutely everything that I've heard so far. None of it is verified. As you know, Etsy is not the best about communicating anything with us. And so the bottom line is we don't know yet, and we are waiting to hear. Printify is in communications directly with Etsy, and they have said they're going to update us. And that to me right now seems like the closest thing we're going to get to a real answer. So if you have no idea what's going on, let me fill you in. Rumbling started about 48 hours ago, quietly. Some people in the Facebook groups, which are always really dramatic, but can sometimes be helpful in times like this if they don't massively discourage you every single day. But there were some rumblings of people saying, hey, this listing got taken down, but there was no IP infringement. There was nothing, like I've got 5 years of sales. I've got, like it was legit shops that have done great and they're not violating IP. And they were like, when I talked to a rep, it turns out it was the mock-up. And so then yesterday it really escalated, and there were shops that were completely suspended. There were tons of listings that were deactivated. They do appear to be the really, really popular mock-ups that this is happening to. This is, again, just my speculation. I think that those mock-ups are now all over the internet. You see them on Temu, you see them on Amazon. They're the ones that do really, really well for us, but they're like so stock imagey now, not in the sense of like they're poor quality, they're phenomenal quality, but just like everyone's using them. And those seem to be the ones. So like the ones that are like bestsellers on Etsy are the ones that are most frequently getting deactivated. There is all different kinds of conjecture about why this is happening. Every single time, Etsy is just citing their handmade policy. Everyone who's reached out like via chat or phone to a customer service rep has gotten a different answer. I've seen everything from, oh no, you're totally fine, they must have had an IP violation, to, oh no, you absolutely cannot use any mock-ups, period, on your print-on-demand listings or any listings. You have to use real pictures or those used by the print provider, and it's just you're violating the policy. So here's the tea. Forever and ever and ever in print-on-demand, we have all used mock-up photos. Why? Because they are supposed to be a truthful rendering of the actual product. They're taken by a better photographer than we are, and it's the actual shirt, as an example, kept blank so that we can then put our design on it. I do think that that has become very abused. I think that the shirt pictures are getting too edited. I think that people are using a comfort color shirt because the mock-up is cuter, and then selling a Gildan t-shirt or a Bella in canvas. And Etsy's getting a lot of complaints from customers about not getting what the picture represented. I did dig through the Etsy handbook, and there is an article that I'm going to put up here on the screen. Believe it or not, it's from 2018, like November of 2018. I'll put the little date here, and it specifically states that you cannot use any kind of stock photo or rendering to represent your product. It needs to be an actual real picture of your product. If you work with a production partner, you either need to have a picture of the final product or you need to use the photo example provided by your print provider. Here's the thing, this is news to me. Did I read through the seller handbook? I did. Every single line, jot, tittle, detail? No, but knowing the Etsy community, someone at some point saw this, and it would have blown up if it had been there since 2018, because every single print-on-demand expert, and I know most of them, these are good-hearted people who would not take you the wrong way for anything. Like, it's just not. Are there bad players? Yes, there's some really bad players. But most of them are my friends, and they're on YouTube, and I know them personally, and I am extremely discerning about who I trust. And they're just not like, everyone was taught you use a mock-up because it's better. And it was not interpreted as a stock photo. A mock-up was different because it was the actual product. Like, we all used to use the shirt that we were going to be selling. We were not, ever since 2020, and the whole landscape has changed, and now people do whatever they can to get a sale, and then they ship something that's completely different. If I'm honest, part of me wonders if that hasn't been there since 2018, and maybe the verbiage was updated when the handmade policy was recently updated, but the date wasn't. I know that's kind of, I can't prove that, I'm just saying, here's why I think that could be a possibility. I think that could be a possibility because there are too many discerning, researching, careful people who would be sounding the alarm to people like me, who is not specifically in print on demand. I'm an overall Etsy expert. I'm very trusted and I take that very seriously. People would have sounded the alarm to someone like me and many of my colleagues, and we would have looked into it and addressed it. We've all been using mockups for years and years. Even in my original shop, which was a physical hand-painted sign shop, I created my own mockups, which I think would be like using the print on demand sellers mocks. So this is what I know. I literally just word vomited on you because that's all we have is stories, conjecture, what's happening. This is the read. I will keep you updated in my stories on TikTok, on Instagram, everything that I learn, and I will do an updated video once we have actual data. I don't even know how to direct you because Etsy has not commented. They haven't said anything. There's just bots taking stuff down. So this may be a little extreme. I chose to put my print on demand shop on vacation mode to see what happens, and then I will, if this is what it comes down to, I will update my pictures before I will turn it back on again. So you might do that, but right now I'm not going to suggest you go in and update everything. This could end up being nothing. Like these Etsy dramas are famous for there's like something weird going on with the bots and then it gets fixed. And so I'm just hoping we get clear communication. I can't promise we will because we often don't. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to kind of sit and wait, and I will update you as I learn more.